Let's go!
Hey guys, it's Retrohead here, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to a shop that I'm really excited about going to, as I've only been once before on the channel, and that is the Nerd Base. An absolutely crazy shop full of retro toys, retro games, and also loads and loads of comics as well. So if you like all sorts of retro stuff, you'll really enjoy today's video. And I've got to say, just before we start, this shop is absolutely massive and absolutely crazy. So I've got a lot of footage to show you, but there is some really awesome stuff to show you. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and please subscribe to our channel Retrohead. Without further ado, let's go to the Nerd Base. So here I am parked up at the Nerd Base, and here is Del Boy's van, which is really cool. Now if you've never been before, you have to park up in this car park, and then you have to walk through all these like little shops and stalls and that. And they sell some really random stuff, loads of like statues and garden ornaments and antiques, and really cool but really random stuff. But I'm really looking forward to checking out the Nerd Base and see what they have inside on this game hunt. I also wanted to film the outside of the shop, and that's why I'm walking up to it on camera here. Look at how cool the artwork is on the outside. You've got Ghostbusters, Thundercats, Star Wars, some really cool artwork on the outside. But now let's head in the shop and check out the absolutely incredible selection they have. So here I am in Nerd Base, and I'm actually going to start the video on the second floor because that is where all the retro games are. I know a lot of the people who watch my channel are more into retro games, but I've also filmed absolutely loads of the retro toy selections they had because they had such cool stuff. But let's first of all check out the games. But I've got to say, this shop is absolutely crazy. It is huge, and they have literally everything you could want. From retro to modern, toys, games, comics, anything like that, they will have you covered. Now, last time I came here, I found that they didn't have overly many games, but this time they had a massive game selection. And I picked up a few bits that I've been looking for a really long time, and a pretty rare GameCube item for a really good price as well. As you can see here, quite a few loose games, some really nice Street Fighter figures. But now I'm going to put some music on, and as always, if you see anything that you would have picked up, let me know in the comments down below. So as you can see, here is some glass cabinets absolutely full of games, both modern and retro. And there was a really nice GameCube item that I picked up out here that you don't see very often that turned out to be a really good price. They also had some other really nice stuff, some Box Nintendo, a Neo Geo Pocket Color game which you hardly ever see, which is really nice. And also some more really nice figures, including some Final Fantasy ones which I thought were pretty cool. But it wasn't just really expensive games. Here we have a shelf of really cheap games, but there was some really fun looking games on here. Now I did actually pick one of these up to add to the collection that I did already have, but my one didn't have the manual. It was only £5, so it was definitely worth picking up for a condition upgrade. But as I said, there was some really good games on here. If there's any games that you would have picked up again, let me know in the comments. Here we have just one of the crazy sections of this shop, and that is the comic zone. As you can see, this entire bit of the shop is just dedicated to comics, and this is literally the size of a whole gaming shop, but this is just a tiny section of Nerd Base, absolutely full of amazing comics. Now I don't really know anything about comics, but I do know that there's some really nice ones in here. The sort of ones that I like the look of are like the Thundercats ones and stuff like that, and the old video game based ones. But they had some really, really old comics and new ones as well. They also had some really expensive and cheap ones. There was a whole section of graded comics that were like hundreds and hundreds of pounds. But there was also a section of comics that were only 50p each. So anything that you're looking for, you'll probably find it in this shop. So heading back downstairs here, as you can see, some amazing posters on the wall. But down here is where you're going to see some of the amazing retro toys that they have. And this is probably the biggest retro toy selection I've ever seen. It's absolutely crazy. But don't forget to stay tuned when I head back to the games room and I'll show you the pickups, as I bought some really, really cool bits to add to the collection. Mighty Max has always been one of my favourite toy lines to collect for. Now I did manage to resist picking some of these up today, but they are absolutely amazing. Dotted around the whole store was absolutely loads of ET stuff, which I thought was pretty random but also really cool. This was a really cool cabinet, absolutely full of really random stuff, but there was some really nice Back to the Future bits in here as well, which I definitely approve of, because it is my most favourite film of all time. It was nice to see a Street Shark figure there, as I haven't seen one of them for absolutely ages. I was also really impressed with how many amazing Lego sets they had as well. So that was the Nerd Base, an absolutely incredible store. If you haven't visited, I'd definitely recommend you visit if you can. They had so much amazing stuff, and as I've already said, if you collect for retro or modern toys, retro or modern games or anything like that, and also comics, they'll have you covered. They had an amazing selection of all those things, and also what I thought was really good is they had some really cheap and easy stuff to add to the collection, but also some really rare and really expensive stuff as well. So whatever you're looking for, they'll probably have you covered here. But as I said, I picked up some really cool bits to add to my collection, so now let's head back to the games room and check them out. So I am back from Nerdbase, and as you can see, an absolutely insane shop, one that I absolutely love going to go and visit. It's only my second time going on the channel, so it's really good to head back there and have a look round. Now I picked up some really cool bits to add to my collection, a couple of GameCube items, a boxed Super Nintendo game, and also a Nintendo playset. So I'll start off with my cheapest pickup, just £5. This is a game that I did already have, but wanted a condition upgrade for, and that is Hulk on the GameCube. A really, really good GameCube game. When I got this version of it, I played a lot of it when I first bought it. I think I only paid £5 for my other version. But this one's in really good condition and complete with the manual, and my other one was missing the manual. But this is not an overly easy game to find on the GameCube. Before I found my old copy that isn't in very good condition, it took me absolutely ages to find a copy of this game. It's every time I seemed to see it in like CEX and that, it was absolutely battered. So I just had to settle for a copy with no manual. So I was really pleased to see this one for just £5 complete and in good condition. But yeah, really enjoyed this game. I remember at the start of the game, you have to like completely destroy a petrol station just by smashing it. Very Hulk, but very, very cool. And the condition of this one is really nice, as you can see inside. Complete with the disc and the manual, all in really good condition. It was only £5, which I thought was a really good deal. So yeah, was really pleased to find this one. Next up, I'll show you the Nintendo toy that I bought, and that is a World of Nintendo Microland, and I love these toys, for The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. Now, this was released when the Wii U version of this game was released, so I was really pleased to grab this. It's only £10, which is a really good price for these, because these are not cheap, these Microland stuff. They weren't overly popular when they came out, and for that reason they're quite rare, and to see it sealed is pretty cool as well. Now, I do already have another one of these Zelda ones sealed, and also a Mario one. So this is going to look really cool with those other play sets. So I said for £10 it was a really good deal. Let me know if this is the sort of thing that you'd have picked up and added to your collection. I don't buy as much toys as I used to, but when I see this one this cool for a really good price, I can't resist picking it up. Now the next game is a SNES game that doesn't actually have the manual, but it was a really good price. So that is Blazing Skies on the Super Nintendo. Now the thing that caught my eye about this is the condition. It's not in incredible condition, it's just in pretty good condition. There is a small rip there, and that is the worst bit of damage, but as you can see, for a Super Nintendo game, this is in pretty good condition. And it was a really good price as well. And it's a little bit weird, but there's a Nintendo official seal logo here, but it's not at the bottom of the game. I thought that was really weird how it was up there, but pretty cool. Now I've searched up some gameplay of this, and it looks really like my sort of thing. I'm really looking forward to playing this. And also it's a Namco game, so it has to be pretty decent in my opinion. But just because it was pretty cheap, in really good condition, and a box Super Nintendo game, I couldn't resist picking this one up. Let me know if you've played this one in the comments down below, or if it's a particularly good game, but as I said, I'm really looking forward to playing this one. And the other thing that caught my eye about this when I saw it is I really like this colour yellow. And it's going to look really good on the side when I display it on the shelf. So I was just really pleased to pick this one up. And the final pickup is something that I've been looking for absolutely years. Now this isn't in the best condition, but it was a really, really good price at just £35, so I was really excited to see this. And it's a GameCube game that you don't see very often, but it also came as a bigger box version, and I found the bigger box version today, and that is Odama on the GameCube. Now I am so excited to have this. As you can see, not the best condition, but it was such a good price. And I've heard really, really good things about this game, so I cannot wait to check this one out. And I love the artwork on the front as well. Now I'm going to read you a little bit on the back about this one, but I'll show you some gameplay in a minute, because it looks really good. But I'll just show you the box first. As you can see, there is some damage on the box in a few different spots, but for the price and the rarity of this one, I could not resist picking this one up. It's just so, so cool. Now inside, I've took the game out, so I'll show you that in a minute. But inside, it came with a microphone for the GameCube, and this is still in its original plastic bag in really good condition. Now, I'm not actually sure how you use it in the game, so I haven't played this game yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting around to it when I do. But I'm not actually sure how you can use the microphone in it yet, because I've not seen overly much footage, only a little bit when I bought it. But I'm really looking forward to checking this game out and see what it's like on the GameCube. And also, it is a GameCube exclusive as well, so it is a really good game to grab on the GameCube. And as I said, love the artwork on the front of that as well. So the outer box isn't in the best condition, but the game is definitely in really good condition. As you can see here I have the game. This has obviously been stored in the box for absolutely years, because the case has got like no scratches on it. It's really, really clean. And this looks like such a fun game. I cannot wait to get around to playing this one. Inside it is complete with the disc and the manual, all in really, really good shape as well, so very pleased to see that. And I'll put some footage in now. This looks really good. I searched up a little bit of footage before I did this video, and as I said, it looks awesome. So I'm going to read you a little bit on the back about this one. The troops await your orders. The mightiest weapon of the medieval battlefield is at your disposal, towering over your soldiers. The mighty Odama rolls a path of destruction over all it touches, friend or foe. Direct your soldiers with voice commands and guide them out of harm's way and on to victory. Use a Nintendo GameCube microphone and microphone holder included to shout out your commands to your soldiers. And also what I've got to say about this one is with the microphone in that little plastic bag is a really, really small little bit of plastic like that the microphone sits in, and it plugs into the top of your controller, so you can have the microphone attached to the controller. And every time you see this, it seems to be missing, but with this version it was actually there. It's literally this tiny bit of plastic, as you can see here, all branded Nintendo, and it just plugs into the top of the controller and the microphone sits in there, so you could just have it plugged in the top. So it's really, really good to have this included. Like, I have seen copies of this in the past with this piece missing, so it's really nice that I actually still had this, as you don't see this bit very often. Obviously, it's quite small, it would just get lost back in the day, so I was really pleased that that was included as well. But yeah, that has just been an item that I've been looking for absolutely years with the box. You do see the game every now and again without the box and microphone, but to see it in the box complete and at that price, I knew I had to pick it up. I also have the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles GameCube version in the box as well, and these two are going to look really good next to each other. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, please subscribe, and also let me know in the comments. What was your favourite pickup of the day? And also, what would you have bought if you visited them their base this time? As always, leave a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!